All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down and squeeze in one more of these. I had a little bit of free time between some stuff. I have at least an hour. I can squeeze in another live. Wanted to get another one of these done. I didn't get all of them done today. I wanted to. I ended up having to slide one down. Had to do a client intake. Went well, closed the client, picked up a new client. But I have time to get one more in. What's going on, Lars? How you doing, brother? So yeah, I'm going to be able to get another one of these in real quick before something else I have later tonight. The call went a little quicker. They were able to start early. So yeah, did a new client intake. So new Team Baja client on. Notifications work good. So I already see people hopping in. So we're good. This one might be a little more lively. Good. I wanted to try to get another one of these in today because the end of the month is kind of winding up, and I'm focusing on more lives than anything. Although I got to get some client vlogs. Alex just finished his training week today, so I need to get his vlog for the weekend and all that. But yeah, notifications work. So good. So everybody hit like as soon as you get in here, and let's get this up and flowing. So I'll have to see if how long I can run this before I have some other stuff that may get in the way. But I think I've got at least an hour. We can at least get an hour in here to answer more stuff. What type of lifter? General population, but they are looking to do some powerlifting coming up. Maybe next year they may be interested in doing their first meet. So general population client. They've lost quite a bit of weight. They're still on a weight loss journey. So it's an individual who's lost like 60, 70 pounds already. All right. So yeah, but no, it's good. Well, they're in a medical related field. So yeah. Thoughts on low calorie diets. Sometimes you need a lower calorie diet to reach your goals. That's simple. POTUS, I'm not really sure what you were looking for specifically, but I don't think anyone should do excessively low calorie diets, but I mean, if you need a significant calorie deficit to lose weight, you might have to go on a fairly low calorie. Now, 1,200. Very few individuals need to be on a 1,200 calorie diet. You're talking about a 150-pound woman, right? Very, very small frame woman. Actually, 150 might be too. So you're talking about a 5 foot tall, 110-pound woman, a 195 pound, 5'9" male. There's not a snowball's chance in hell I would ever advise you to do 1,200 calories. No, absolutely not. Even at age 58, if you're physically active, there's no reason for you to go that low. You should be able to lose body fat just fine at 2,000. Assuming he's 58 years old, yeah. But he's 195-pound male at 5'9". There's no way. Get those likes up, by the way, guys. Hit that like button. No, that's way too low. We're at starvation level calories. You're going to lose muscle. You're going to have binge issues. This is going to be a problem. No, you're going to develop some sarcopenia, especially at 58. Bone density loss. No, that's excessive. I'd be reluctant to put an active male under 2,000. No, he's 35. Yeah. Oh, no. Who told you to do a 1,200 calorie diet? Right? Who told you to do that? I want to find out who this person is so I can have a stern talking to them. Right? I need to call them out. If it was some influencer who told you to do this, man, I'm going to call them out. They need to be called out. Right? Ridiculously low, unacceptably low. Nope, not going to do it. See, even Lars agrees. Yeah. Alexander Leonidas recommends it for fast weight loss. Well, you tell that squidget that I said that that's ridiculous. He doesn't need to be doing. Can you get a link to where he said this? He recommended this to men. I don't think so. Ridiculous. So get me a link on social media. Send it in DMs to one of my social medias. I want to see a link of where he said this. Right. Yeah, we're not having it. Influencers, man. These influencers. I just can't. We can't with these people. Hold on, I got to make a post real quick. And then I will hop back to you lovely people. We didn't have any posts in the meantime. But we still only have one like. Well, Lars got the notification, so we know the notifications are going out. So there's that at least. Right? That's weird. Why did they going out for this one, but they didn't go out for the earlier afternoon one? That's strange. Coach, you're back. I did. Yeah, no, it went good. The client got in a little sooner. New client closed the sale. They're starting this weekend. So you didn't get one. Lars said he got a notification immediately. So yeah, so we're going to do another one of these. Maybe it'll go a little flow a little better than the last one. I have at least an hour. Why don't you do live? Because I go to bed early. Dude. That's why you notice some of the coffee chats start before 5 in the morning. That tells you a lot about my sleep schedule. Dude, I was up at 4:30 in the morning starting a live while drinking my coffee. So I need to sleep at least 8 hours a night. Have you considered celebrity arm wrestling? No, I have never considered celebrity arm wrestling. You can change. Why would I want to change my schedule? It's always night somewhere. That's right. I mean, it's nighttime where Lars is. I actually really enjoy early to bed and early to rise, and I function my best there. I was studying Tom Waits' song. What? I don't have no idea what you were talking about. But Grunge, you post some weird stuff sometimes. It's all good though, man. It's not malicious, so I'm gonna let you stay. Not a problem. You know, it's just a little weird, a little trolling, but it's not negative trolling, right? Right? Like I'm not going to accuse your mom of taking Tylenol. See, there you go. Lars is watching the bed. He's up there with his wife, right there watching the Jason Blaha stream. The wife probably watching with him. She's like, "Who is this guy you're watching over here, Lars? What's wrong with you?" Right? I've been watching some of your videos and other fitness content from Alexander. So link me the nonsense where Alex said 1,200 calories. I'm going to put him on blast. If he's actually advocating that, send me a link so I can put it like on. You can't send it through YouTube. Send me a link. I'm going to put him on blast for it. I'll call him out. It shows how even a reservist can get messed up from the military. What? Outrunning as usual. Okay. Any updates on Ian McCarthy? I remember the video where he, I don't know. Why do you guys keep mentioning Big Lenny? Why do we care about Big Lenny in the fitness world? Just stop. So, no, there's no updates on Ian McCarthy. Why would there be any updates? He's awaiting his first hearing. Like that's the update. He is in custody, waiting for trial. That's the whole update. Nothing's going to update till then. Why would there be an update? That's how it works. Yep. Coach, you still get catcalled. I haven't been catcalled recently. I doubt he'll make bond, right? Yeah, unless his family makes his bond. His bond was set really low. It was all public. It was $25,000. You know, but 6 felonies, that's like 10 plus K. No, I thought it was 2 felonies and a misdemeanor. That's something else. You know something that I don't then. Why would I bond him out? No. No. I wouldn't even co-sign on his bond. I don't think so. Nope, not going to do it. No, I've never bonded anybody out. Yeah, unless you know something I don't, unless did they add something in the last couple of days that we don't know about? Are you familiar with some update? But 2 days ago, 48 hours ago, right? So do you know something we don't? Because 48 hours ago, it was 2 felonies and a misdemeanor. Now, mind you, one of those felonies is up to 20 years, worst case. Any updates will filter through in the tube sooner or later. I don't know. Was there much stuff out there? Bond him out. Who's asking me if I'm going to bond him out? Yeah, man, let me go sell some guitars to raise the bond money. Do you think gear and fame will lead to the ultimate mental breakdown? No, not. Why would they? Promoting Pop-Tarts to being in jail full circle. Man, Angry Aardvark. Now, that's an interesting name. Are aardvarks temperamental? Does anybody know? So this guy's name in here is Angry Aardvark. What's the point of a government shutdown? Do you know what a government shutdown is? Hey, Limitless is in here. It's a little small crowd still, but it'll pick up. It's going to be the new Cali muscle. What do you mean, sir? I mean, I'm on a replacement dose. His bond's at 25,000. So, Grudge, do you not understand what a government shutdown is? They have to have a budget. They have to have funding and agree to what they're going to spend all the money on for the fiscal year. A shutdown means they haven't come to an agreement, so nothing has been funded. They haven't written out and agreed upon their budget of how much of our stolen money they're going to spend and how much more they're going to borrow because they don't collect enough in taxes to spend the spending they already have. And I think as it stands, what they're trying to propose is like a $4 trillion deficit. It's trillions of dollars more that they're wanting to spend more than what they have coming in. So they have to borrow that money. Right? Hey, Grunge. Coach doesn't like to pay taxes, exactly. Because they're disagreeing on how to spend the money that they don't have. So, Grunge, let's say you're sitting there and deciding how to spend money or write a budget, and the other people disagree on what that money should be spent on. Like one party doesn't want transgender studies in Nigeria to be funded, and the other one does. One party wants to give money to illegal immigrants for welfare, and the other doesn't. So, this is a problem. Is rowing 2 dumbbells 85 pounds for 12 reps on the incline support row impressive? 85 pounds in each hand? I'd say so. I think that's pretty good. I miss when the government used to save some money. Nowadays, they just spend 100% of the tax pot every year, and then they borrow. We're like 40 trillion in debt. They have overspent $40 trillion more than they've collected in taxes. A lot of people are going to be pissed around Thanksgiving and Christmas. Funny that Congress salaries aren't frozen during the shutdown, right? Yes, each hand. So so you're talking like on a 45-degree incline. You're on an incline bench doing 12 reps with an 85 in each hand. I think that's solid, dude. You probably got some pretty big traps, homie. Right? You're probably pretty yoked. 200%. I guess they would welcome a civil war, right? If you develop feeling for someone who are you friends with benefits with, should you admit your feelings or just hold it in and keep going? Ooh, Limitless. He's going to be brave asking that question with the afternoon crowd. You want my honest advice, real advice? You need to just tell her straight up, look, girl, I'm starting to catch feelings. You need to set her down and be like, look, we need to have this talk. I know we're doing the no strings attached. We're doing no friends with benefits. I'm starting to catch some feelings for you. I don't know if you feel the same way. What do we want to do? Do we want to go into something as a relationship, or do we need to cut this loose? What's up? That's how you should handle it, dude. All right. Taxes are still taken from your check during the shutdown. That's not right. They shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be taxing you at all during the shutdown. I think that needs to end. I think draconian measures should be in place for politicians who cannot balance the budget. I agree. We need a blood democracy. All right. Pepper, and who then wants to be a politician? Exactly. Well, that's the point. It'll weed out certain personality types. Yeah, we don't want people to aspire to be politicians. Limitless. No, do not do it through text. Jean says, yo, you do live again. I made it. I've got time to squeeze another one of these in. That's what she said. So limitless. What's wrong with you? You're sleeping with this girl already. Do not do it through text. Sit her down and go, hey, Marianne, we need to have a talk, right? Or whatever her name. What's her name? Limitless. I'm going to tell you what to tell her. What's her name? It'll weed out people who want to live. Well, there you go. No, Lars, it'll weed out people who going to be bad politicians. Coach, after my reckon, I've been getting older women catcalling me. What's the best way to deal with them? I don't know, man. Depends on what you're interested in. Coach, her name is legit named after a drug. I'm not even joking. So what's her name? What drug is she named after? POTUS says, my goal is to become a pro card bodybuilder. Well, man, you're going to live a short life. Her name was Eduardo. I heard it as what? They don't balance the budget because they're stealing our money. That's exactly what it is. You tell them, Peppermint. They're stealing our money. They spend all of it and then borrow more against our future. That's a problem. I want to be like Bull Stanton. I don't know who that is. So, Limitless, you didn't say her name. I'm trying to help you out, man. If you don't tell me what this girl's name is, I can't tell you what to tell her. What's her name? It's not going to be in English. I'm not going to be able to say it. Here it comes. They look good, but I want to be house wrecker, have a reputation around the neighborhood. Well, that's so then you need to dodge. Just say thank you and keep going. That's what I do. Taxes increase while public service gets worse. That's what I'm saying, Peppermint. Call it like it is. All right, Limitless, you didn't drop the name. Her name is Lucy. Her name is Lucy Coach. So her last name is Coach. So Limitless, you need to look at her and you need to go, Lucy Coach. You look at her dead in the eye, take her over and say, hey, come here, we need to talk. Like, you tell her we need to talk. So Lucy, coach us on. Okay. So you look at her and go, Lucy, coach us on. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm starting to catch some feelings. I know that we agreed this was friends with benefits. I'm starting to catch some feelings. I don't know if you feel the same way. But we need to figure out what we're going to do about this because I can't keep banging you with no emotions or attachment, right? You put the stanky on my hang down so good that I can't live without it. So here's what we need to do. You need to be like, look, what do you want to do? Like, do we want to take this from friends with benefits to a relationship? Because if you say no, then I got to cut you loose. No, but it's too late, man. No, you're desperate. I'll say, no. So you just need to tell her straight up. Be like, look, I'm catching feelings. I want you to be my girl. And if she says no, then you need to cut that loose because it's not going to work out. You're in a situation where, she's getting the cow, but she's not buying the milk. Right? You understand what I'm saying? Right? So, try to be funny. Try not to be funny. So, that's what you need to tell her. And if she's not willing to go into something committed and only be with you, then you got to cut that loose at this point because you got feelings already. That's going to make you vulnerable. All right. So that brought a tear to my eye. This will work 100%, right? Revival is a clown. Yeah, he is. He that's right. He put lies on my name. You telling us to milk the cow. Yeah, I'm telling you to milk the cow. This is not a vegan-friendly channel. You're looking more lean. Appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. What if I suppress my feelings? No, that's not going to work. Limitless, you've already got feelings for this girl. It's too late. You've either got to close it into a relationship or you got to cut this loose. I'm just telling you how it is. This is not going to work out. This is now an uneven situation. All right. 17,000 feet so far in October. What are you talking about, Grudge? POTUS says, right now I'm blasting SARMs trend and maybe getting on. Now, why are you stacking SARMs with your trend? What's wrong with you? SARMs. Dude's a SARM goblin. Matthew says, but Lucy Coach only drinks soy milk. Is that true? Limitless, does she only drink soy milk? Right? But that's the thing, man. She's getting the milk for free without buying the whole cow. This is a problem. That's a problem. That's also leaving her free to milk other cows. This is not going to work. So she needs to close the deal with you. So you're going to have to just lay down the law. Just sit her down and tell her, man. I mean, worst case, you don't see her again. But then you don't have to deal with unrequited love, unreturned love in an uneven situation, man. There's plenty of fish in the sea. You'll be fine. You're young. All right? Odds are, I'd say there's a 50-50 she's going to want a relationship. Dude, usually it's the other way around. It's usually the girl that catches feelings in those. Coach, do you participate? I'm not going to answer that. So, next. No limits. What do you mean you don't know? You got to be confident. We've had these conversations before, you and I in these chats. You got to be confident. You got to approach her with swag, and you just need to tell her, look, I want you to be my girl. I don't want either one of us sleeping with anybody else. Well, just tell her. And say it like a man. Do I need to get bag push down to have bag push show you how to do it? I'll get bag push down for a super chat and have bag push tell him how to do it. I'll make it worth y'all's time. Jenna says, does the flight strength at all, like I have to fly 6 hours and find a gym? You might lose a little what from the dehydration. I don't discuss my status at all as Jean Baptiste. The sport of bodybuilding says, is gain muscle doesn't equal strength if you train a lot of reps. You'll still get stronger. If you gain muscle, your strength will go up. That is reality. If it doesn't go up, you didn't actually gain muscle. Period. How would it work? Would you have to drop the weight? What are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with your flight. No, you just get in and train if you need to. You're talking the same day or the next day. You might get a little dehydrated during the flight, and that can affect your training, plus being stuck in that uncomfortable chair. But if you're well, no, it's just the fact that the same day. Now, if you're going to train the next day after the flight, it shouldn't be an issue at all. Don't worry about it. Janice, don't worry about it. But I already know who you are based on this flight question. You know. Right. The stream was up and kicking. Now it's slowly dying down. What's going on? Get some more engagements going on here. So Limitless, tell me what you're going to do. Let's tell out for the whole chat. Tell everybody what you're going to do with Lucy Coach. All right. Funny, her last name is Coach when you're talking to Coach. What are the odds of that? Plus, you did Lucy. He said Lucy. Yeah, she sounds like, I'm not saying, man, this is not good. I told you Limitless. They're going to be ruthless with you in here. Matthew's in here like, I don't know. She sounds like the alpha, to be honest. I'm telling you, man. That's why I said, Matthew, she's getting the milk for free without buying the whole cow. You know? Right. Natural gain muscle does mean without steroids. What? No, natural means that you say that you're natural. So a person who's natural is someone who identifies as being natural, right? That's the definition of natural. Someone who identifies as being natural. That's how it works. We've determined this already with gender rules, haven't we? Should I call you Coach B? No, you can just call me Coach or Coach Blaha. The body will adapt to a lot of volume and you will get overall. So, well, yeah, that's kind of how it works. If you gain muscle, you'll get stronger. All right. Is your last name Czech? Yes, it is. Yep, I am ethnically Czech. Hey, Jason in chat, what's up, Defiant Trill? Limitless is in here. We're telling him how to seal the deal with his friends with benefits. We're giving him advice. So his girl's name is Lucy Coach. It's her real name, apparently. And we're telling him how to fix the situation, Trill. Coach, I'm going to send a message to her to meet up tomorrow. There you go. So meet up with her tomorrow. And after you knock the bottom out of it real good, you have this conversation. Right? When you're having your pillow talk afterwards, make sure that you do it right before you sit down and you have this conversation. Right? I'm out of Viagra, might be difficult now, man. Use your tongue, do whatever you got to do. Janice, I am straight, and I already know who you are. I've already banned you previously. Your plain question gave it away, by the way. No, I'm strictly taco, no burrito. No, EJ, he's already developed feelings. He's got to either turn this into a relationship or this needs to end. Now he's already decided he's all googly eyed for this girl. He decided he's Twitter pated. So he's going to have this conversation with her. But I think Matthew's right. She sounds like the alpha right now. You're going to have to fix this. So Limitless, tomorrow you knock the bottom out of it really good, right? And then you talk to her and you tell her, look, I don't want you sleeping with anybody else. I want you to be my girl. Just tell her straight up. Okay. And you got to be confident. Imagine your bag puss. You update me in the comment. So imagine your bag. What would bag puss do? I'll get bag puss down and have him tell you. Anybody, let's vote. Do you guys want bag puss to tell him or not? Let's get a vote on it. What would Jason Blaha do? Jason Blaha would have already resolved this situation. Trill wants bag puss to come down. Limitless, you want bag puss to tell you? That's you got to keep telling yourself. All right, let's get bag puss down. Bag puss. All right. Bag puss. You gonna tell him? All right, listen up, young man. What you got to do, you got to look at her and go, girl, I want you sleeping with any other ninjas. You hear me? You're going to be my girl. Is you is or is you ain't my girl. Right? Because if you're not my girl, I'm not going to clap on them cheeks no more. You hear me, ho? All right. You got to say it with swag. Is that a bear? No, he's a stuffed cat. His name is Bag Puss. A lot of the fans used to call him Swag Puss back in the day. Limitless will take some D-ball and do the trick. You don't need to be told what a furry what to do now. Oh, man. Matthew, you don't want to piss off Bag Puss. I'm just telling you straight up, dude. You were bringing a world of pain on yourself, son. You start trash talking Bag Puss. Dude, you don't have enough ass for that, man. You're gonna let your alligator mouth overload your mockingbird ass dealing with bag puss. That's gonna be a problem. Don't do it, man. Trust me on this. All right. The sport of bodybuilding says Michael Hearn said bodybuilders have bigger muscles. They do not stronger with size. Because what? I just can't. I just can't. What are you guys talking about? High reps make you strong. They build muscle. Do women compliments? Do women compliment? Yes, obviously. I get plenty of compliments from women. Hey, Janice. I mean, you already know that you're someone who I've previously been, and I know specifically who you are. Michael Hearn's my favorite natty ducking. There you go. Coach, thoughts on Nick Fuentes? I'm not really a fan personally, dude. Not really a super big fan, to be honest. I'm not big on the alt-right. Not big on the alt-right. Then again, I'm not always big on tradcons either. I just don't like anybody, really. Danny says, I've been watching your past few streams. I originally heard about you from a documentary. So keep in mind, a lot of the hate is largely embellished, fabricated, remixed, some AI stuff thrown in there. And a lot of it's been overhyped, dude. So stick around. You'll see that what I actually do here is nothing like what haters think. Welcome aboard. Stick around. You'll have fun. Coach, you being so jacked and having a bachelor path must give you a reputation. Don't worry. We don't worry about my personal life, man. Let's be honest. Tucker and Fuentes are both literal feds. Maybe. Watch your back for a jealous husband. Man, I don't need to watch any of that. Yes, you seem like a good nozzle guy. Watch 5 streams. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. No, I mean, I just get on here and do my thing, dude. A lot of this stuff is insane. But, you know, sometimes it helps me. I mean, I've had people who hire me to coach them because of some of that stuff. All right, the funniest thing was when I had a guy who came over. He's like, I watched some hate videos on you, and I came to your channel to make fun of this loser. This total loser, insane loser. And he goes, and I shut up and started watching your stuff and realized, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about. It's like I watched you for 6 months and decided to hire you. I coached him for like 6 months. So haters literally made me money. That was like, bam, $1,500. Thanks, guys. Hey, Janice, we've already had this conversation. All right, you guys know the rules, regulars. Connor's regular paying members are in here. Janice is someone thank you, Connor. Connor's called for a kapow as a paid channel membership. The vote is up for Janice. 1 kapow, and he stays. Coach, you have some insane strength of those type of feats of strength obtained over an average person. Like maybe, I don't know. It could take a lot of work. I mean, to be fair, some of my rep work maybe for maxes. Put in the work though, Danny. Why don't you just see where you can get? Right? See where you can get. So we got to stay. We have 1 kapow, 1 stay for Janice. Any other votes? Dude's wanting me to be a bottom. Dude, I'm strictly taco no burrito. Come on, man. Them's the rules. You got to quit with your perversions in here. We're voting to vote someone off. Tychus gives a kapow. You'll see, Danny. Watch, wait for it. I let democracy determine if trolls and weirdos get to stay or not. I let the followers decide. And Connor pays for a channel membership, so he's allowed to initiate a vote. Kapow from Vanilla. Any other votes? No, he's talking about me. Get rid of Janice, right? Matthew gives a kapow. We're now 4-1. Janice, you have been found guilty by a jury of your peers. I will now punish judgment. You have been sentenced to death. You got to get a little bit of shake. And bang, kapow, you're out of here. Next, democracy in action. Thank you for those who participated in the democratic process. He pleads the second. Sometimes you got to plead the second when you can't plead the first. A lot of people say Sam Sulek is the nicest bodybuilder. What are you talking about? The sport of bodybuilding? What do you want to know? Please don't come up. Danny, you haven't broken any rules yet, to my knowledge. Danny, have you done anything that is worthy of being kicked out? To my knowledge, I have not seen you do anything that would warrant this. You're not up for trial, man. You're not on the chopping block, bro. Tiger said, Coach, if invited to interview to discuss science-based lifting and anatomy, who would you rather disgrace Manlet, Mike Israetel, Milo Wolf, or Jeff Nipples? Oh, my God. I don't know. I guess to discuss anatomy, we're discussing anatomy, right? I mean, technically, I guess Milo Wolf would be the best for anatomy. He does have a PhD in exercise science, probably better than Dr. Mike's. Jeff Nipples sold out. No, man. Sport, who are you trying to kapow? There's nobody to kapow. Sport of bodybuilding, I've seen Sulek in person. He's a nice dude. I mean, he doesn't seem to be not a nice guy. Like, just because I've said stuff with Sam and he's going to hurt himself with his drug abuse and the warning signs already, doesn't mean that he's like a bad person, right? That's just real talk. Like, I don't get the impression that Sam Sulek is a bad guy. You know, I don't get that impression. Good evening, Coach. What's going on? David, another channel member in the house. Limbo says, I was once put on trial by the people and figured I was not deemed worthy of being. Yeah, they voted you not guilty. Part of the controversy is Milo's PhD was funded by Israetel's company. What? Was it really? Coach, your arms are looking huge today. Did you have a pump? No, but I did do curls today at the end of my conditioning. I'm carved up right now, so I've had a bunch of carbs. We had a bunch of brown rice. I had half a cantaloupe just a little bit ago. So let's rate the veins. How are the veins doing today, guys? On a scale of 1 to 10, how are we veining on the vascularity? So that it's real, not fake, not CGI. I might have inserted a catheter tube under my skin, though, before this. You guys caught me. Fake veins. Fake veins from the fake Merc, right? Nobody going to rate the veins today, all right? Fair play unless you survived a jury. He did. So Limitless was found not guilty by a jury of his peers. 11 out of 10. I don't think it goes that high. 10 out of 10. Appreciate it, guys. Can I ask an inappropriate question? Depends on how inappropriate the question is. Is it about men having booty sex with each other? Then you're probably going to get banned. Is it going to be about Transformers? You're probably going to get banned, dude. I'm just calling it like it is. Is it about my personal life, details of my personal life or my neighbors? You're probably going to get banned. Just calling it like it is. No, let's just not. Let's just skip over it. Why do we need to give those people the spotlight? So move on, homie. Now, you could ask me all sorts of riveting political and social questions. Right. I bet nurses could, dude, nurses love the veins. Oh, my God. So it's like a nurse's wet dream. They'd be like, hey, can I touch your veins? I could run a catheter right up in that. I'm wondering, well, that's like wondering because they're weird. They're weirdos and they're mentally ill. That's like asking, why did that guy who killed his parents and ate their face while on bath salts, why did he do that? Now, Coach, kind of a nerdy science-based lifting question, but how do you bias the flexor carpi and minimize involvement of the ulnar flexor carpal radialis when doing OA concentration wrist curls? You know what, Tychus? I don't have a clue. Limitless says, that's normal question, guys, right? We don't talk about it exactly, Matthew. Real stiff today. Yeah, I finished the whole glass, man. You can finish the whole glass. You should donate blood. Maybe I should donate some blood soon. Coach, you come across as very well read and knowledgeable about exercise science and biology. Have you ever given guest lectures in the past? I've given deadlift seminars and things, but no, I've never given guest lectures in the past. POTUS, no one says I use fake weights other than a few weirdos. No real lifter actually thinks that. Well, you've also seen me set state records and stuff on camera and in meets. So it's not like we haven't competed and lifted real weights, right? I mean, even my last meet, I walked in and did a 496 squat for my second attempt and took a knee and didn't try a third because I wanted to save something for the deadlift state record. Exactly. Have you considered that maybe they're just crazy? So again, this lets you know that these people are actually the crazy delusional ones. And I'm not saying I'm not a bit crazy. Let's be fair. Am I completely sane? No. I'm a little crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Right? You can lift fake weights and break records at the same time. There's independent evidence of coach's strength, right? Well, you can. Apparently, you can. So we're all still wondering from the last video, did NH reach out and apologize? To my knowledge, no. I don't think he's going to be allowed back in the U.S., right? You should weigh all your plates on camera just to shut them up. You can't shut haters up. Okay, EJ, bro, I'm just going to tell you, you cannot silence haters. You can't. It's impossible to silence haters. It cannot be done. You look, you'd be a killer tennis player. I don't know. I should give it a try sometimes. Yeah, POTUS, can we quit going on with all the crazy stuff to say? Are you just going to keep going? You haven't even got to the craziest stuff. We're all a bit weird, but what people are saying about you is nuts. I agree. It is. You're sincere, nice, and wholesome. Hey, Danny, man, you reached out and you touched a brother's heart with that. Thank you. All right. Hey, POTUS, how about we don't go into it? Why don't we move on to the next thing, POTUS? Right. Sport of Bodybuilding says I take 7 prescribed medications. Is that a lot? And I'm 24. I feel tired. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. The Vanilla Gorilla says silencing haters like playing whack-a-mole. They just keep popping. Yeah, dude. Haters will always move the goalpost. They'll always keep. He says you can't silence haters. Just stop. What is it? Okay. I don't even do Kapowser warnings for those. You already know we're done. All right. All my personal life stuff just goes automatic. Coach, what's the stupidest question received in your life? Man, I've got some dumb ones. I don't know. I don't even know, man, what's the stupidest question I've ever got. There's been a lot. Thoughts on getting a leg press one day? I don't need one. If you were to give them a chance for Texas justice, what punishment would suffice for Frenchie? A year in alligator Alcatraz? Or a public apology on YouTube admitting he lied and smearing you for views? I think he should get death by firing squad. Straight up. All right. But the alligator Alcatraz would be a good alternative. All right. He should be drowned in his own rice bucket that he does his Naruto rice bucket challenge in. All right. All right. Tychus laughed. What's your max bench? My best bench on camera this year was 350. Yes, it really was 350 with a 2-second pause. What are your thoughts on psychedelics? I don't think about psychedelics at all. I'm not really into recreational drugs. It's not my thing, dude. All right, I'm not like that, man. That's not how I swing. It's not my persuasion, man. But yeah. All right, POTUS. Let's just get rid of it. That's easy enough to sort. Some dudes smoke a joint and then lift weights. If I did, I'd be dead under a bar. I mean, I don't think I'd be able to do that either. What's a good program for someone who's never touched a barbell in their life? Ice Cream Fitness, starting strength, strong lifts would all be good starts. Right? Any basic linear barbell program that's been proven for beginners would all be good. I heard doing ketamine and doing a bench. I don't even know what ketamine is. I don't even know people who do ketamine. You ever trained a combat sport athlete? I have done vlogs for multiple combat sport athletes on my channel. Well, see this. I have vlogs of combat sport athletes on this channel of their actual training being filmed. It's not a specific thing. It's going to be different depending upon the individual client. Armbar, on a serious note, for any athlete that does Muay Thai, BJJ, or MMA, would you still recommend Ice Cream Fitness 2.0? Only 2 times a week, you mean? Maybe, but are they a complete rank novice? They can still get by with any novice program. It's not taxing enough yet. Client Ted is an elite combat athlete. Coach, would you not even have one beer, even if a 10 out of 10 asks you to drink on a date? Absolutely not. And I do not buy alcohol for women. Right? That's a rule. That's a hard, fast rule. Nope. So if a 10 out of 10, so you're telling me if Scarlett Johansson said, if you have a beer, I'll throw some stanky on your hang down. I'm going to be like, listen here. I'm not doing it. If you don't want me sober, then you can't have me, girl. All right. Those people who talk bad about someone are mostly not person, right? Let's see. Well, you don't know if I'm single, married, or dating. So I don't allow alcohol in my home, so there would be the only answer you need. Is a 465 squat rare? In the grand scheme of things, yeah, relatively rare, yeah. Depends on what sort of gym you go to. In a commercial gym, almost unheard of. Happens, but very, 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 very rare. In serious gyms, pretty common. Right? So there's your answer. There's your answer. So, all right. But no, I don't allow alcohol in my home. Candy camera, well. Haven't seen you in a minute. What do you mean? I'm here every day, dude. Danny, I feel like I've talked about a lot why I don't drink. It's not for religious Islam. I'm not Muslim. A whole lot of reasons. I discuss alcohol in detail on my channel. Why I'm opposed to alcohol. I have plenty of videos on it. And I make plenty of Facebook statuses on it too. Progressive overload question. Can adding reps be equivalent to adding more weight? Yes. Yes, it can be. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Oh, Facebook. Hold on. Here's my Facebook, man. There's my Facebook. I post there way more than I do on the tubes. Didn't George Lehman use high rep sets before he vanished to East Asia? I don't know. Maybe. Right. Let's see. Hey, Al, we're not going to talk about that any further. I prefer not to discuss it further. Beyond Belief says, I relapsed. I tried giving a break from alcohol and failed. Sorry to hear that, Beyond Belief. You should give it another try, man. So you fell off the bandwagon. Give it another go, man. You know what? You can do this. You can do this. I believe in you. You just got to swap alcohol. Swap alcohol out for the gym. There you go. Get addicted to the weights. Right? Right? No, not with drugs. Replace it with the barbell, man. Replace it with the gym. Replace it with the gym, dude. You still rate chucks for deadlifting and squats? Yeah, I mean, I prefer to go barefoot, but I think chucks are great. Right? I think chucks are fantastic for lifting in squats and deadlifts both. Right? I think it's a solid choice. You don't know what chucks? We're talking about Converse, Chuck Taylors. Nope, I don't discuss any of my plans for whatever I'm going to do. Al? Right? All right, guys. Got some things I'm about to have to sort. So it might be time to wind this one down too. Fortunately, no supers, but it's all good. So, no, I run barefoot, Matthew. Like I run legitimately barefoot. But I'll give you guys a bicep shot before we go. Oh, my biceps. And we out. I mean, I show you my feet in the runs. Like, I run barefoot, dude. All right, we're out, guys.